Welcome back to Let's Play Spider-Man. I'm BurningDogFace, and we're here at that Kingpin base that I took out in the mission where they introduced me to the concept, so that I can retake the trial and throw myself against all those dudes again. I lied. It's actually because Shocker is just over there. Shout out to Justin Jones, who says, "What if those poor bastards that end up webbed to the side of a building are being after being thrown off a ledge are being packaged up for Tommy the Xenomorph? What if Peter Parker and Tommy are best buds? I mean, Spider-Man isn't technically killing these guys, so..." And you know, I would think that was ridiculous nonsense, but I hear that he hangs out with Venom sometimes. And you know, that guy definitely eats people. I'm wearing this black and gold suit because it was pointed out to me where it actually came from. Can't believe I missed that. Or rather, I can't believe I forgot that. Just trying to get a better look at it. Can I zoom in? Yeah, there are some stray wires on it. This isn't a Black Panther homage suit. This is a suit that Spider-Man wore in No Way Home, except technically, no, it isn't. This is the regular suit he had been wearing. I think it was this one? It was either this one or this one, I think. And I don't exactly remember what the justification for it was, but it was more grounded against Electro's attacks when it was inside out. So we turned it inside out, and as you can see, there's stray wires here and there. The gold webbing does seem a bit perfect. Like, it looks like it was designed to be worn like this. Oh, and the gauntlet there isn't a tribute to Black Panther either. It's just... I can't believe, again, the major part of the movie, it's the interdimensional doohickey Doctor Strange gave Peter to help him recapture the extra-dimensional villains. It was also pointed out to me, something that I had not considered at all is that, well, not to put too fine a point on it, but this isn't the Spider-Man who would be homaging Black Panther. Just, oh, right, yeah, that part. Nothing you can't handle, says my lozenge wrapper. Let's go see if that's true and take on the mighty Shocker. What's the actual write-up say? A shocking comeback. Herman Schultz, a.k.a. Shocker, is at it again. Wish this guy would find a less destructive hobby. Yeah, my understanding of Schultz is that, or I think there have been several Shockers, is that, well, Shocker is a petty thief who, uses these devices to overpower ordinary cops. He's not very high in the list of threats. Sup? Imagine my embarrassment. I left the house and my suit was inside out. Didn't realize for 5 blocks. Like, you'd think with all the exposed wiring it would be more vulnerable to electricity, but whatever. Let's go back to the white suit. I do like that one. Or the advanced suit with the white spider, I should say. Looking at the powers the other suits offer me. You know, they have that box at the bottom that says Defense, Offense, Stealth, Traversal. But I can't help but notice that none of the numbers ever change. Even when I when I indicate this one here that I only unlock when I get all the other... when I find all the backpacks, does that one actually have different... No, it doesn't seem to. Strange. Oh. Is it going to keep going, or is it frozen? It's still going, I think. Okay. Let's give this a shot. Oh no! Tracy Barker says, took a selfie with Spidey today. He should probably wash that suit, though. And then it's a kissy face emoji, and then a poop emoji. Great. Samuel_Christian. Don't ask me to start the day without a hashtag Friars Coffee Breakfast Sammy. C_Masita. Makita. So just say SM had to rip your car door off to save your life. Insurance cover that? Oh dear. Changbot. According to the parameters my creator has configured, I shall post scientific hashtag facts every 10 to the power of 4 microseconds, starting now. Reply from Phil Chang. Wait, that's not right. Reply from Changbot. The circumference of the sun is approximately 2.720984 million miles. Reply from Changbot. Scientists estimate that artificial intelligence will become fully sentient by the year 2073 and will enslave humanity within 457 days. Hashtag can't wait. Changbot. Reply from Phil Chang. Changbot abort algorithm. JJ in space. Love that I still get to hear my dad's show from the space station. Miss you, JJJ at home. Reply from JJJ at home. You hear that, producer Jared? We're international. Interplanetary. Out of this world! Oh dear. Oh yes, supervillain. Bunch of cops all staring in the same direction. Dude.
Hi, Herman.
Seriously?
He looks way cooler than I was expecting.
Give it up. You're never gonna catch me.
It's like,
That's what you said last time.
I don't want to hurt you. You'll just slow me down.
Wow.
fuck that
That's
bus, I guess.
considerate.
Oh, he's just leapfrogging, and every time he lands, and then he slams both his arms into the ground to dual shockwave the ground and throw himself forward. That's like the most overpowered jumps ever, leaving craters wherever he takes off. Oh boy,
What's money for, Herman?
What do you think?
Actually, I don't. Just trying to make polite conversation.
I'm done talking.
But this could be so much more rewarding if we connected on an emotional level. Wait, I forgot. You don't have emotions.
I wonder if that's true.
Come on, Herman. At least talk to me so we can make it interesting. Herman? What? He only answered a shocker now? Mr. Shocker?
Fuck those guys, I guess. Jesus! I'm surprised he isn't caving in all these roofs. Wait, how did he not blow out the windows just there? I keep expecting one of these things to, like, knock a bunch of people off the roof, and I have to, like, grab them all with my webs in slow motion. Oh my god. He's just flying around pancaking cars. Get over there. Can't lose him. And cars are flipping in my direction. Gotcha!
Now let's talk.
I said I'm done talking.
Noted. Honestly, Herman, why are you robbing again? You know the police are watching your every move. I mean, we all know you're kind of dumb, but I didn't think you were this dumb. You must be desperate, which means you're not just stealing for yourself. You must be working with someone, or for someone. You can tell me who it is now, or make me punch it out of you later. Your choice.
Said enough.
I understand that the sass actually serves a purpose in addition to letting Peter really cut loose at his personality. Oh! He just blasted me. That was no fun. It was in midair, too. Nice shot, actually. Who the fuck is this Decepticon? That's what a sound effect made me feel like. Gotta get closer. Because pissing a dude off by making fun of him like that very specifically causes two things to happen. First, he gets angry, and aggression gets in the way of control. And secondly, well, you piss him off enough, and he's focusing on Spider-Man to the exclusion of all else, like, say, innocent people. I think that's also the reason behind the garishly colored costume. Impossible to miss. Although I guess somebody didn't get the memo in, was it the late 80s or early 90s when they actually came up with a black suit? Oh my. Oh dear.
You know what, Herman? You have like zero personality, but your suit is awesome. Can we talk design details?
The helmet kind of reminds me of Scorpion from Mortal
Maybe
Kombat.
later.
Maybe later. Visit Herman in jail and discuss the design of his suit.
Good work, Spider-Man. Did you learn anything about his motive?
I tried, but he's not very talkative. Plus, I think he hates me.
You have that effect on a lot of people.
But you love me, right, Yuri?
I tolerate you.
Wow. That might be the nicest thing you've ever said to me. Looks like I got some free time. Maybe now's a good time to look into that mask.
Why would I have to
it's MJ.
feast?
Hey, MJ. You're up late?
Just catching up on the news. Looks like you had quite an adventure with Shocker tonight.
Yeah, he was unusually combative. Anyway, thanks again for dinner. What do I owe you?
How about a favor? You still have that mask from the gallery?
Yeah. I'm actually on my way to the Feast Center now to ask Martin Lee about it.
Oh.
Martin Lee? Why?
He has a degree in art history.
Oh.
If anyone knows about the origins of that mask, he will.
Just keep me in the loop. Like I said, I think there's a bigger story here, and I plan to be the one to break it.
Sure. So I can call you, like, whenever?
Yeah, whenever, whatever.
So I guess we're talking again. Cool.
Oh dear. That suggests to me they weren't talking before, and that's bad. Wonder if I got a, Damn, no new character thing. Oh, they did add a bunch. They just didn't put a new on it. Heh. May Parker, height 5'5", weight 110 pounds, age 66. Place of birth, Brooklyn, New York. Oh, not quite the same as Spider-Man. Occupation, operations manager, Feast. Aliases, Aunt May. If I could pick one person in the world I want to emulate, it would be Aunt May. She's the strongest and most selfless person I know. I just wish she'd think of herself a little now and then. May started volunteering at Feast shortly after Uncle Ben's death as a way to find some light in the darkness. She said it was temporary, but we all knew. This was more than a part-time gig for her. Flash forward a few years, and now she practically runs the place. Everything she touches is better because of her. Powers and abilities, a generous spirit that inspires everyone around her. You know, I am, using cross-universe comparisons here, but I can kind of see why, she and Otto had a relationship in another universe. Martin Lee, height 5'11", weight 180 pounds, age 40, place of birth, Dali, China. Occupation, CEO, Feast. Aliases, Aunt May's boss. Martin Lee is the new definition of American success story. After being orphaned at only 7 years old, oh dear, he grew up in foster care in Manhattan. Then at the age of 18, he went to China and made a fortune in the shipping industry. When he came back to New York 9 years later, he was already a billionaire. But rather than living off his fortune, he set up charities across the city. He's now dedicating his life to making sure that nobody in the city is forgotten or abandoned. It's no wonder Aunt May wanted to work for him. Powers and abilities, inspiring philanthropic leadership. Aw. I mean, yeah, growing up in the system, I can see why he would want to make sure no one felt abandoned or forgotten. Herman Schultz, shocker. Interestingly, it just shows him with his helmet on. I'm not sure we're going to see him without it. Height 5'9", weight 175 pounds, age 42, place of birth New York City, New York, but they don't get any more specific than that. Occupation, quotation marks, professional thief. Aliases, N.A. Herman Schultz, a.k.a. Shocker, was one of my first super adversaries. Also the cause of my first celebratory headline story in the Daily Bugle. I was used to guys with guns or knives or even water balloons filled with hot sauce. Shocker could actually hold his own. If I had known ahead of time, I probably could have found a less destructive way to take him down. Oh, if I had known ahead of time, I probably could have found a less destructive way to take him down. But nobody got hurt, and they were planning on remodeling the Flatiron building anyway. Ever since, I've been more careful to back off if I thought fighting would put civilians at risk. I can always catch them later when I've got the upper hand. Powers and abilities. A gifted autodidact. Oh, I don't remember what that word means. Pardon me. An autodidact is a self-taught person. Someone who didn't get any schooling to learn what they know. A gifted autodidact uses vibroshock units of his own design to create high-pressure air blasts. I remember reading once, I didn't see this story because it was a jillion years ago, but I remember reading that when he first created these things, he made them out of random bits he could collect in jail. And he gave the honor of firing them for the first time to his cellmate, who activated them and immediately shattered both his forearms. Which Herman had suspected, so he's like, you know what? I'm going to have to add more padding before I use these myself. And he just took them off the guy and left. So with the big hole in the wall he had helpfully provided. You know that cutscene at the end there, when he caught Spider-Man's fist? I was totally certain he was about to activate that blaster and shatter all the bones in my arm. Instead, he freed his other hand and punched me with it. Go figure. The Mask, Chinatown. Martin Lee might have insight on that mask I found. New suit. Oh no, new suit mods. What's this? Reactive lenses. Reduces the effect of flashbangs and stun grenades. That's useful. Webbed striker. Web attacks generate more focus. What have I got? Reduces melee damage, reduces bullet damage, or decreases XP. I'm going to get rid of the melee damage one because, I should be able to get out of the way of every attack anyway. And put on the flashbang thing, because those things suck. Oh, what am I talking about? I don't have any research tokens. I know that. Fuck. Okay, I'll just leave that there then. But it is a good one to have in the future. What is that? Why is this unlocked? What in the world? Why is this one way down here unlocked? Concussive blast. Discharge a pulse of sonic waves that sends enemies flying. Okay, it's a very, very mild version of Shocker's thing. Okay. Neat. Can't afford it anyway. Whoa! Oh, I don't love that. This wall has graffiti on it of a demon mask.
I have to once again defend myself against the spurious claims from McDonald Mac Gargan, a.k.a. the Scorpion. Yes, as I fully disclosed, I bankrolled the experiment that gave him superior strength, speed, and that unsightly cyborg tail. The idea was to create an anti-Spider-Man who is not a threat and stops menaces. I had no idea he was crazy. Do you think his resume said psycho with a poisoning fetish? His lawsuit is a transparent attempt to reduce his sentence at the raft by placing the blame for his deeds on me. And that is one package J. Jonah Jameson refuses.
I was wondering about that. It's not always the case. It was the case in the 90s animated series I use as my cue for most of Spider-Man's stuff. He, if I remember correctly, he bankrolled the experiment, well, for the reasons he said, and they picked a scorpion as the model because they're a natural predator of spiders. But the version on that one was that it was like a super suit that grafted to his body, except that they didn't expect it would be permanent, so he can never stop being Scorpion in that cartoon version. So he immediately decided he hated Jameson more than Spider-Man, since he was going to be a green freak with a robot tail for the rest of his life. And, well, the rest is history. In fact, that Spider-Man game from 2000 I keep mentioning, from the N64, the boss fight against Scorpion was in Jameson's office, and you had to protect Jameson from him. If I remember correctly. It has been a very long time since I played that game. I just found out recently, that game had a... Well, I knew this. That game had a sequel that I never played, like a direct sequel. Spider-Man 2, Enter Electro.
Narcotics sale reported.
Insert obvious joke here.
Reports are coming in from Little Tokyo.
I can dodge under 3 times. I can do that. Let's interrupt that drug deal. Well, the thing I thought was interesting was that game came out in October 2001 after being delayed so they could very hastily redo the final boss fight. See, the original idea for that game was that the game would end with Spider-Man fighting Electro on top of the World Trade Center. And then I think it was released in October 2001 after being delayed, which means they probably had the worst timing in the universe. As I understand it, they didn't change anything with the actual mechanics of the fight, just the fact that it now takes place on top of a generic building. Although, in a strangely related note, the first announcement trailer for the first first Raimi Spider-Man movie didn't actually show the character of Spider-Man. It showed a helicopter full of goons flying away from a bank they'd robbed and promptly getting caught in a giant actual spider web that was apparently woven between the Twin Towers. Yeah, that scene wasn't in the movie. Although what was in the movie, of course, was that scene, "This is New York, you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us." That was very unsubtle at the time. Ah, well. I guess I was starting to say at the beginning before Jameson interrupted that, I'm glad they're doing, Peter Parker stuff in addition to Spider-Man stuff, because I've played a bunch of games where they didn't. You know, the N64 game was just a linear set of levels. It's like Spider-Man on an adventure, so there really wasn't much time for any Peter Parker stuff. You know, aside from Mary Jane being the obligatory damsel in distress. I am glad she's not playing that role here. But, I played the Amazing Spider-Man game on the 360, and it kind of drove me crazy that at no point in that game does Peter ever take his mask off. You know, even when he's talking to, Gwen Stacy about his life, he's still Spider-Man. I can't actually remember if they did that in Web of Shadows. Although I guess they kind of distracted from the fact that there wasn't much Peter Parker stuff going on in that one by the fact that they threw in a shitload of other Marvel characters for you to interact with. Like the combat tutorial was given to Peter by Luke Cage. I think I mentioned that before. I also remember Moon Knight showing up. Black Cat was there, of course. Why's this building oh, the fact channel. I'm sorry? What was that about? It's not what's supposed to happen when the camera's out. That's better.
Magnifique.
Oh, maybe masterpiece was just a generic comment. Huh. Oh, well. I'm just saying. I'm glad there are sequences where you go to Pete's job and do boring science stuff. Even if it is in the form of a fun minigame. And sequences where you just hang out with Aunt May and, you know, she worries about you, Peter, and all that.
Officers respond. Witness report of an active drug deal. Any officer...
What's that down there? Spider-Man P.I. Side mission. Luz Snyder says, anyone know where I can get supervillain insurance? Golden guy bouncing through the streets just landed on my car.
Officers near Madison. Proceed to the crime scene.
Oh, and another thing there. This wedge building, apparently.
And that's why Jonah paid me the big bucks.
Ah, this is the Flatiron Building. I'm guessing it doesn't look exactly like this in real life because they suggested that Shocker totaled part of it and they remodeled it.
Hey, a taxi!
Hi. Oh, she's calling for the taxi, not waving at me. That's even funnier. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Yes, perching on this American flag, like it's for the trailer or something.
A break-in is reportedly in progress. Please proceed to Madison.
I'm BurningDogFace, and I'll see you next time on Let's Play Spider-Man, when we continue hanging out in New York, taking names, and, well, just generally being an all-around great guy. Till then, have yourselves a great day, Burning Dog fans. Later.